One big smile right here. I'm making it still
all of us in the same generation. Same boat. Same boat. So we really appreciate the education what they for all of us. First time I came to Texas, went to school in Beaumont, Texas, Lamar University. The reason I came to Texas, we went to graduate school. So in that time, we didn't have to pay tuition. 1973. So after I graduated, I came to Houston. Of course, I told my lawyer, say, I don't have a green card. So he said, how can you get a green card? He suggests me, you just started newspaper business, Chinese newspaper. That's the reason I started my newspaper business. Of course, this is about 32 years ago. It's a long story. But I really think this is the story for a lot of new immigrants come to this country. After I started my own newspaper, 1979, once a week, the guy said, hey, Mr. Lee, I cannot print for you twice a week. So I decided to buy my own printing machine, and then the machines are huge, invest a lot of money, so I have to go to door, knock on the door to looking for business. So I start printing some others people's newspaper. So today, Southern News Group, we print about 100 newspapers in Houston. So from Vietnamese, Korean, all kind of newspaper. We're really proud of it. All these publishers been friends with me for so many years. Of course, in the last 30 years or so, we went through city to city. In the north, we published a paper in Boston, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Chicago, in 10 different cities. So we become one of the largest Asian publishers in the nation. So the reason I want to tell this story is that I want to tell all the young people, only country in the world is America. You could in publishing business, easily you can banking business. Who else? Go to India, Egypt, USA. I start a bank, I start a newspaper. It's impossible. So I really think, get back to the basic. I really appreciate Mr. Brown, your organization, Mcdonalds restaurant, ACC, West Fargo Bank. All of us could team up to do this great workshop. Our goal is that we try to end of the year. We try to publish called Education Yellow Page. So we're going to accumulate all your good talking, all your time, accumulate as a one book. So end of the year, we could publish. Personally, we publish 8 Chinese yellow pages in 8 different cities. So we have a tool to do that. So in the meantime, we like to have all these yellow pages to reach all the family, so teach their children how to, go to college. In the meantime, I think I talked to City Councilman Daniel Wing. I go, we're going to team up with a more Asian, especially Vietnamese. Maybe we do a bigger next year in the Missouri City. I really think today is a very special day for our organization. I think the way we providing the information for our community, we feel so proud of it. It's cannot measure by the money-wise. The people could make a lot of money, but doing the value thing, it's not everybody can do that. So I also like to bring our International Trade Center, our co-chair, Mr. Jim Nowen, on the table. Because my good friend Andy Lai, a very famous lawyer, which is kid went to Harvard, this is our model for our Chinese Asian community. Other than that, I think I want to also like to express my sincere thanks for Flora Chow, because her effort made this event possible. So we make a special gift for her today, the racket basketball signed by Yao Ming. Wow. Okay. So we give Flora for her effort, for her hard work. So, Flora, look, this is Yao Ming signed this. For real, okay? You can option on it. Okay. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
In the meantime, I want to have Mr. Brown say a favor.
Hi, my name is Stuart Brown. I'm a local McDonald's operator here in town. We own the store right here in Missouri City, actually. And I know the operators in Houston are very proud to support RMHC, which provides a scholarship. We do 85 scholarships a year, $2,000 apiece to basically students in the Houston area. And when I went to UT back in '82, I think it was $3 a credit hour. And so we realized how expensive it is now, and we want to provide support to young people to achieve everything they want to dream. They can dream of. And the operators realized that, and we voted in, so every French fry you buy, I believe 1 cent of that goes into the scholarship fund. So really, every time you eat fries, you're supporting the local community. So I want to thank the church here for letting us hold this event here. McDonald's is very proud to be part of this organization. And the speakers were wonderful. I learned a lot. I have 3 young kids, and I learned more about applications than I ever thought I would learn, and I'm really glad I was here. So I want to thank you for hosting this and putting this together. And Flora, who's, I don't know where she went, she did a great job. There she's over there helping us out and kind of directing us around. So I want to thank her especially.
Thank you.
Thank you. In the meantime, I'd like to have Mr. Jim Nolan say a few words on International Trade Center.
Thank you. I think what you all are doing here today is wonderful. It's wonderful for Missouri City. It's wonderful for the Houston region, which is now the locus of immigration. And Houston region is the area of opportunity in the United States and I think the world. But most importantly, what you're doing here today is for the children. And that's the future. And it's absolutely wonderful. Let me tell you why I think the Houston region and parts like northern Fort Bend County, Missouri City are so important. Mr. Lee and I had the good fortune of having a lunch the other day. We unfortunately eat a little too many lunches. But there was Mr. Lee. There was former Consul General Kabedi from Ethiopia. And there was a gentleman who was the worldwide head of procurement for ExxonMobil. His name is Eduardo Nunez. He's a native of Argentina. Everyone was about the same age, and everyone began to ask each other the question, when did you become American citizen? Mr. Nunez, his wife, and his 2 children became citizens within the last year, and they are very proud. They started in Argentina with Exxon. They spent 12 years in Brussels running procurement throughout Europe, and he came here worldwide. That is a very substantial position worldwide. But what was amazing is 2 great big things. We had people literally from 3 different continents sitting, talking about their experience, about coming to America, how important America is in assimilation of everybody. Obviously, everyone succeeded through different routes, small business, large business, and the government sector. And how, until I mentioned it, and I'm of course from the most foreign place of all, California, until I mentioned it, nobody thought anything about it. It was just the way we do business here in Houston. People come from all over the world, a little United Nations. But the second thing that was amazing is as we began to talk, Mr. Nunez asked, Jim, which city in the United States, or I'll call it region in the United States, do you think is the most important hub for trade with Africa? And I thought for a minute, and I said, maybe Atlanta, because of former Mayor Andrew Young and the way he expanded foreign trade throughout Atlanta and the southeast via Delta Airlines. He said, no, at one time that was true, but now it's Houston. And we began to think, and he said, you know, in part because of Continental Airlines now United, and in part because of the port, Houston is the most important city for trade with Latin America. Used to be Miami and Coral Gables. You wanted to do a deal in Miami or in Latin America, you did it in Coral Gables. Now, because of the energy business, the finance business, medical services, everything, it's Houston. And of course, Wei said, what about Asia? And what's happening now when you start to measure foreign trade activity and different aspects of it, the West Coast, San Francisco and Los Angeles, have always had the gateway presence for Asia, but it's now moving to Houston. So when you really think of what's going on here, it's absolutely phenomenal. Houston is becoming the locus within the United States or within North America for foreign trade for 3 of the most significant continents around the world. And what do? We benefit from the capital that comes, and most importantly, the entrepreneurial spirit that comes with the people who come. And I think Houston's best days are well ahead of it, and that's why the investment in the children, what you're doing here today, is so very important. And I'm just delighted to be a part of it with you. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to introduce he's from Bay Area, San Francisco. He's educated a lot of young kids. We admire him, Mr. Michael Chang. You want to say a few? He's from San Francisco.
Yes, I'm from not very hot, very good. And we started 10 years ago, and we just right now mentioned about the college is very expensive. So how to do it? And our federal and our Department of Education has realized and education is most important for our nation. So right now education is a national strategy. So every year they offer $170 billion for financial aid. And the aid is for the private college right now each year is $62,000. And after you planning, if you need planning and reduce your planning, then you can get qualified up to $52,000 grant from private college. For California, you can get up to $23,000 grant from California UC College. So there are a lot of kids, so they can go to their dream college without worry about the how to pay for college. Parents don't have to borrow the home equity line, borrow the retirement money, selling the rental house to send the kids to their dream college. So this is what we're doing. We have a seminar this afternoon, 2 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I introduce a couple good friends of ours. Dr. Pei is from University of Houston. Harry Sanders, Senior VP of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. So basically, even the small group, we have a who's who in this table. So ladies and gentlemen, really, all these political leaders, they ought to make a speech on stage. So, I think this is going to be, we're going to do it again next year. I hope, Flora, you're going to give us a continuous support because we're going to do it better. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
He entered the college, he's running for a big political spot in China. But anyway, y'all's parents told me that they are coming back to Houston in November, and he's going to set up a welcome party for Jeremy Lee, and hopefully he will bring in the insanity spirit to the Rockets again. So we are organizing Jeremy Lee's fans club, and hopefully will stimulate the local Rockets economy again. And also remember, next year in February there will be All-Star game in Houston, and normally the international attention and the focus will be in Houston Arena again. Just happy to see that the Asian not only good in going to the Harvard, Yale, Stanford, that kind of thing, but they also going into the major sports, and that's just wonderful news to share with y'all. Thank you.